Let's fight. Welcome in the ring, folks. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Whether you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Twitter, whichever social media forum you're joining us from platform, we welcome you guys. Trust you guys have had a great day. We were holding to come on, waiting for our sister program to wrap up, advancing the cause with Coretta McDonald, and she had as our guest this evening, Kathy Hughes, and we were in the studio at the back listening into the program and waiting for them to conclude. We don't want too much busyness on the page, 5 programs on at the same time. So we were waiting on them to conclude and enjoying the program as well. Great topics there. Good to have each and every one of you who are joining in the ring. Ringsiders, good night. Welcome wherever you're joining us from. Wherever you're joining us from, guys, you know what you got to do. You got to share the live stream. You got to retweet on Twitter. You got to subscribe on YouTube, and you got to like our page as well. Share Duncan on Facebook. You got to subscribe to that page. You got to follow, and you get all the notifications every time we post something on the page. You will be notified. You'll come in your timeline and so forth, and you'll keep abreast on what is happening. Trust that you guys have had a great day wherever you guys are joining us from. It's our privilege, as always, to have you guys here in the ring. So much to discuss with you guys. So much Puckatory, PPP Puckatory. So much madness happening. Confusion powder, folks. And we want to share some of that information with you this evening. We are going to wait until we hit that magic number. Tag a friend, tag a frenemy, share, subscribe, retweet. Welcome in the ring, folks. It's Wednesday, a rainy Wednesday in some parts of the country, flooded out in some other parts. Folks, whether you're joining us here in Guyana, you're joining us in the diaspora, internationally in the Caribbean. Welcome in the ring, guys. Good to have each and every one of you with us. Share, retweet, subscribe. Good to have all of you guys with us. Good to have all of you guys in the ring with us, and we're going to wait until we get to that magic number. Magical! Wait till we get to that number, we're going to start. We're going to start, guys. Let me see who's joining us. Great to have so many of you with us night after night. It's a privilege, guys. It's a real privilege to have you guys with us, wherever you're joining us from. Marilyn Beaton, I see you there. Blessed Child and GT Black Gold. Brenda Nicholson. All of you guys. Hazel Prince George. Karen McCoy, Jem Isaacs and Tessa Isaacs, Graves Andy, Mrs. Hollis London, good to have you there, guys. Pamela Peters joining us all the way from my born tongue. Linda, and I see Brooklyn is up in the Hazer. Myrtlyn Hines is there from Brooklyn. We have Kim Walker as well. Kitty is in the house. What is the weather like there in Kitty? Corletta Ronalds is here as well. Tessa Smith is here as well. We have Joan Chase. We have Blessed Child. So many folks up in the house, guys. So many things are happening. And we are delightfully privileged that all of you guys are here with us. Tiara Muhammad and Oren, is it Ibarka? Yep. And Gavin Holder. We have also Lisa is there. I don't want to mispronounce her last name. And Onessa Ward Dean is here. Odessa Cox is with us. St. Romaine Adams, Carol Jacobs, Andy, Nasha Kamabash. Good to see you, Melissa Monroe. All the folks there. Kim Westmoreland. Good to see you. And Joy Bruce. Good to have all of you ringside this evening, guys. Ringside this evening. I may be joined by my colleague Randolph Critchlow a little later on in the evening. But so much information to share with you guys, and really happy that all of you guys are here with us this evening. Eon Thomas is there. I see Paramdai Haricharan is there as well. Paramdai Haricharan, good to see you up in the Hissa. New Amsterdam is here as well. Lynette Cox is in the ring. Beverly Crandon Hudson, so many folks. Sandra Boston is there too. Hugh Trotman is there. Albert Morgan, Maureen Medas. Good to have each and every one of you in the ringside, guys. Thanks for joining. It's craziness, it's confusion, Paula. Left, right, and center in this country. left, right, and center in this country, folks. I am ready to go with the hot topics tonight. Ready to go with the hot topics, and so thankful that you guys are here with us. So thankful that you guys are here with us. Should I hold a couple seconds for the others? It's the early bird that catches the worm, folks. Folks, good to have all of you here. I see Dennis Booker is here and Robin Noreen is here. Where's Robin joining us from? Let me see if we get that quickly from. Yeah, he doesn't say it. I see Claire Alexis is joining us from. Oh my God, it's going by so fast. It's from Region 10, from Region 11. I see Zita Stewart is joining us from the quarantine. Cecile Ogle, I see you there. Oren Barker and Candace Norine says tech ups bitter. Why you know that? Candace, why you know that? Tech ups are real bitter. Candace, are you still in East Ramville there? In West Ramville? East Ramville. Candace, let me know if you're still in East Ramville. Good to see you here. Marlon Mingo is here with us too. And all the other folks, Nadia Seafood and Michael Reed and Marlon Tony, Claudette Harry. Once is not Claudette, the other Claudette. We good to go, guys. Good to see all of you here with us. Good to see all of you here with us, guys. I cannot complain at all. I cannot complain at all. So while we start on the hot topics, guys, while we start on the hot topics, right? Look at some of what transpired in our country just over the last 24 hours. Guys, we tell y'all, it's confusion powder, all kinds of things happening in this country. People just getting vexed, tearing off. People getting vexed and just tearing off. So this was a place called, let me see if I got the name of the place, right? I think it's Diamond Quartz. It's a place in the interior, and it was a big fight. Big fight broke out there, folks. Big fight. And I want to share some of that. We're in the ring, right? Every day is a fight in this country. The pressure going to people's head. The pressure going to people's head. It is said that these fellas were fighting over a woman. Well. Well. Folks, there you have it. Every day in this country, it's Puckatory, it's confusion powder, left, right, and center. Left, right, center. Big fight. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight. Yep. Good old GT. Good old GT. Yep, that's what transpired there. And this is an area called Quartz Stone Dam in the interior. And these guys got so much time and so much energy. So much time and so much energy. That was Quartz Stone. Folks, Pashway. Miss Pashway Monday, they come today. Pashway. And folks, we are following all of that. We're following all of that information, and we're going to bring to you guys the latest. If they got more Pashway, well, it's done. We're bringing it. Once they got more Pashway, it's that. Right? It's good to have all of you guys in the ring. Look how much of y'all done join watching this big fight. Guys, we encourage y'all to share the live stream. Retweet if you're joining us via Twitter, if you're joining us via YouTube. We want to see some of your comments there. I think I'm going to put up some of your comments this evening, but internationally, folks, look, if somebody ain't getting bite in this country, right? All right, as I say, if somebody getting darimple, you're getting bite, right? Somebody in a boat fighting you, pulling off your wig and throwing it overboard. is something. Is these guys now at Black Quartz? Is that the name of the place? Let me refresh my memory. Is that the name of the place? Yes, Quartz Stone. Sorry, Quartz Stone. There, Quartz Stone back down. Yeah, you gotta know to fight in this country, though. You gotta know to fight because people keep coming after you, especially this fraudulent installed PPP that keeps coming after folks. So in this country, we gotta know to fight. We have to know to fight, and so we are tracking all of that, and the reports that we got. These guys were fighting over a woman, right? And if they see this and they want to come in the ring and share that experience, what exactly is happening there, we'd love to hear from you guys, right? One hopes is a COVID-free, is a COVID-free woman, right? A COVID-free woman. One hopes. So these fellas here, hey, catch yourself, right? Catch yourself. All right, folks, in some international news, we want to share with you guys. Lots happening. Sometimes you don't know where to start, even on the international front. But let's start right next door. To us. Because the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Keith Rowley, was speaking recently, and there were certain exposures. Yep, there were certain exposures, folks. And we learned. Not that we didn't know, right? But it's something else to hear when somebody of Keith Rowley's stature says it. So we learned that in comparisons to number of vaccines per Caribbean country, Guyana is ahead of all the Caribbean countries. That sounds good on the face of it. But Prime Minister Rowley from Trinidad and Tobago qualified that. He said that is because Guyana purchased a lot of vaccines that were not approved by the WHO, which takes us back to this PPP Sputnik V vaccine scandal. Because they have bought vaccines from this Russian fella for twice the market value. Hundreds of thousands of vaccines. These vaccines are selling for $10 a dose. They're buying it at $20+ per dose. Right? And by all kinds of black market, shady, untoward arrangements. And so Prime Minister Rowley was pointing out that today. He was pointing that out and said that the reason why Guyana is ahead of Trinidad in the number of vaccines it has issued is because it has bought vaccines that have not been approved by the World Health Organization. And folks, that is serious business, because the World Health Organization is the entity that is setting the standard for quality of vaccine, looking at the research that has gone into it and all of that. And lots of other things. Now, we don't like rules, so we gone and do our own thing. We are on a frolic of our own, folks. And that is what this PPP Sputnik V vaccine is about. In this whole thing about vaccines being bought and so forth is a lot of corruption. So you can imagine if vaccines are selling for $10 a dose on the world market, this Sputnik V, and we're buying it for $20+ per dose, US, and you're buying 200,000, 400,000 doses at twice the market value. You see how much people making money. and kickbacks and racket that is being run. And so that is what Keith Rowley was talking about today. That we got a lot of vaccines here, but they're not approved by the right authority. Because you all know and you all understand and you all appreciate. It's the same old PPP. They don't have times with rules and regulations and all of those things. This is Rowley. This is Rowley for us. Do we have it? I think we do.
The vaccination program in Trinidad and Tobago is as good as, and probably better than, most, certainly in the CARICOM and worldwide. And for that basis, I want to bring you up to date on where we at as a member of CARICOM. I brought a table here to show you what our position is. And I would ask you to look at the third column, which says total vaccines received by country. And there are 14 CARICOM countries there and 5 CARICOM associates. Of the 14 CARICOM countries, the only country in CARICOM that has received into its borders more vaccines than Trinidad and Tobago is Guyana. And the reason for that is that Guyana took a decision which we did not take. I've raised that at this platform before, but I'll raise it again. The Guyana government took a decision that Trinidad and Tobago did not take, and that is, early in the proceedings, to use vaccines that were not approved by the World Health Organization. As a result of that, Guyana had a larger volume of vaccines available. We did not participate in that, and that explains it. So if one is looking at WHO-approved vaccines, it would be clear that Trinidad and Tobago got within its border more vaccines than any other CARICOM country. And that includes Jamaica, that has twice the population of Trinidad and Tobago. If you look, you see Trinidad and Tobago, this data is a couple days old. We got within our border 234,700 vaccines. Jamaica would have got 194,600 and Guyana 287. I want to indicate to you that the vaccination program in Trinidad and Tobago is as good as, and probably better than, most, certainly in the CARICOM and worldwide. And for that basis, I want to bring you up to date on where we at.
So folks, that is it. That is it. Prime Minister Rowley telling us, because you know we can't trust our folks here for the information. So Rowley told us that we have bought vaccines that have not been approved by the World Health Organization. Yep. At twice the market value. At twice the market value, folks. So if you don't believe APNU AFC because you're a trenchy, you're a jagabat, you're a confusion powderist, and you don't believe APNU AFC, listen to what Rowley is saying. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He said we only ahead of them because we buy vaccines on the black market, right? And we have bought these vaccines from some shady characters. And those of you who joined the program last night would know that we spoke about this very, very credible report out of a Norwegian newspaper that says some of these characters that we have bought vaccines from are wanted by the international police. Right? So y'all remember that sheik that came here recently and the red carpet was rolled out for the sheik? Ahmad Dalmouk Al Maktoum. Well, he is the one fingered in the shady deal. Now listen, quite recently, listen to the very, very astute leader of the opposition, railing and kissing,
Honorable
railing
Minister,
and
we understand that.
kissing the fraudulent installed Frank Anthony, who reveals that name as the name of the person who we bought these vaccines from, these Sputnik V. Again, lots of the persons who are associated with Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum, wanted by international police for fraud, embezzlement, a whole host of things. So listen to y'all fraudulent minister, right? Listen to y'all fraudulent minister. Listen to him.
Honorable Minister, we understand that this is money that has already been spent. What I would like to find out from you is what vaccines did we purchase? How many did we purchase? And from whom were these purchases made? It wasn't answered. I asked the question, how many vaccines by type were purchased? What price did we pay for them? And from whom did we purchase these vaccines? That's the question.
Thank you, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you very much, Honorable Harman, for the question. As I said before, with this contingency, we have been able to purchase 200,000 doses of Sputnik V vaccines. And we have also purchased 100,000 doses of the Sinopharm vaccines. With the Sputnik V vaccine, we have been supplied through the United Arab Emirates and through the offices of Mr. Ahmed Dalmoud Al Maktoum, and he has, through his offices, have been supplying us with the Sputnik vaccines.
Yep. So you all see what is happening there. That name surface. Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum. So they're not purchasing directly from the Russian government. They are purchasing from a third and fourth party at twice the market value. And some of the characters now with Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum are involved in all kinds of shady deals, defrauding people of their monies, robbing some rich widow there, 60+ million US dollars, all kinds of illicit things. I know why I sleep comfortable when the night comes, because I ain't robbed nobody and I ain't thief nothing for nobody. And that is what this fraudulent government is involved in, with the characters like Maktoum, right? These characters like Maktoum and others, rolling out the red carpet for them, right? Rolling out the red carpet for them, because that is what we are about, folks. That is what they are about. Skullduggery, corruption. I know lots of you said, oh, they have changed. In 5 years, they saw the errors of their ways, and they have changed. Oh, you are only a breath now. You understand me? When stories start bust out, the trenches is go quiet. The trenches go quiet when stories start bust out. Onika, that's what happens. Onika Light, Kwesi Hunt, Lord and Belville. When stories start bust out, the trenches on the chat and so on, let's go quiet. Bernie Carter. Let's go quiet when story bust out. Quiet. But that is where we are. That is where we are, folks. And we are going to continue. We are going to continue to apply the pressure in this regard. We are going to continue to do what we got to do. And you see, lots of persons say, why y'all in parliament, don't engage them, y'all and see y'all getting away. These are the instances that say to us, while we have to be on the street, and we have to have other measures and tools in the toolbox, being in parliament is very, very important. We may not have the numbers, but it's one of the highest forums to embarrass them in this way. Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum. Right? Now you got to question the efficacy of the drugs. Because, of course, the World Health Organization, as Rowley told us, did not approve of it. Did not approve of it. Right? And so you see these guys come in the white and the head wrap up and fancy plane. The report out of the Norwegian newspaper says she can own that plane he's flying around with his rent. It's you and I paying for that. All the million US they can pay in those drugs, you don't even know if it's little pepper water in them vials. Because again, not that we want cast doubt for casting doubt's sake, but the World Health Organization has not approved of those drugs. And that is why we're in the kinds of conundrums, right, we are in. That is why we're in the kind of conundrums we're in with the characters like Maktoum. That is why we're in the kind of conundrums that we are in. And we are going to continue with our mandate in the National Assembly on your behalf. Y'all and Senators there to play. I watched them the other night, Monday night, we in there long. They ain't got the stamina, you know. They ain't got the backbone. By the time the debate start, half of them sleeping. Young and old. Like they got dropsy. Half of them sleeping. Right? And like the man at, Quartzstone, we got to fight them. That is why we're in the House. To engage them on your behalf. And so we are going to continue to monitor this PPP Sputnik V vaccine scandal. I saw today the president asked the Attorney General, the installed president, asked the one Anil to review all contracts concerning sluices and drainage and irrigation and all of that nationally. Right? I want to know when he's going to call for these contracts here concerning these medication and vaccine to be reviewed. That is what I want to know. Don't let's go running, peeping midnight to see some man that's sleeping by a sluice. Yeah? And she come on big fancy jet, but we see, we do the due diligence to capture Sheik and the kinds of issues and problems that he's involved in. Huh? Oh, so you all see a man come with a fancy jet and lily white clothes inside, you say he's Jesus. Right? But it's the big man that got the coca, walking the coca 24/7, day after day, year after year. They don't get medical service. Is here running out midnight with a torchlight to look and see if you walk in. But the Sheik come and 50 high-end vehicles giving you the red carpet, royal treatment. And the report out of this newspaper, Norwegian newspaper, that goes by the name, I think it's VG. I'm going to post the link for the story after the program. Right? It says this Sheikh that says he's part of the royal family in Saudi Arabia. He is some third, fourth cousin way down the line. Right? But when we see flashy thing and big vehicle and say, we just get carried away. Right? The Sheikh is the 15,000 the girl talk about. Right? You got to get rich, man. The rest you're going to be left behind. Well, we behind right now. Right? The Sheikh gave me 15,000 and we shop out. Right? We inject with the 15,000 that the Sheikh give us. Right? That's why we can be left behind as a country, because we can't even do the proper due diligence. Anybody that come and rap, we are so excited for foreign investment. Unlike foreign people, blue-eyed people, we ain't doing the due diligence that we're supposed to do on behalf of these people of Guyana, right? But in the midnight, when we go fishing by the Conservancy, we get attached like watching for the sluiceman. And the ship come with all the corrupt deals. We get involved with that. And broad daylight criminals. Broad daylight criminals. That is what we're dealing with. Broad daylight criminals, folks. Right? Moving on. They have topics this evening. Let's look at this fraudulent government. Let us continue to look at them. This fraudulent government. Whole pack of frauds. Dress up nice. Right? But only what 15,000, you can't get much. Right? And if you continue with the PPP, if we continue with the fraudulent, installed, illegal PPP, as a people, we're going to be left behind. Right? We're going to be left behind. Because you look at them and you think it's money, but it's only 15,000 Guyana currency. And you know in the market, don't fetch you much. You can't even get proper vegetables with a 15,000. You can't even get proper vegetables with that 15,000. So mark too many characters. Be gone. Give us a break. Give the people of this country a break with all of your crookedness and scampishness. Right? And give us an opportunity to breathe. Soon as we find little oil, everybody's swooping down. The vultures. Right? And the fraudulent installed PPP offering up all our wealth to them because they come in fancy jet. The report say you own it, you renting it. You're renting it for look nice, for touch down nice and look nice. The report says anybody in the Saudi Arabia or the Dubai royal family own their own private jet. Anybody who's of importance and got money own their own private jet. He renting you. But y'all running out, rolling out the red carpet. I see Todd was there. And the other install one, Onage was at the airport to greet the sheik. Yeah. Moving on from that. You know they have been running behind slow. This install administration. Well, again, with the corruption and the crookedness and illegality, you manufacture a situation. Move Paul slow. So the install Ali from IFROC University wrote today to Slow to say he's suspended, and another member of Conway and so on, Clinton Conway, from the Police Service Commission, that they are suspended pending an investigation and tribunal and all of that. Now, these people tenure coming to an end in August, but I can't wait. You know why? Because just like the Public Accounts Committee with David Patterson, they don't want the oversight with people that they don't control. You don't control Patterson, so you're movie. You can't control it, you're movie. You can't control Slow, you broke up the whole Police Service Commission. Right? And we said it last night, all like, no, the Public Accounts Committee would have been launching an investigation into the Sputnik V vaccine purchase. But you move Patterson now, and you stymie the whole work. Lots of reforms are needed in the police force. You broke up the PSC, you stymie the work. And then you blame APNU AFC. So they wrote suspending Conway, they wrote suspending Slow, and a whole set of other people. Why? Because they want to do this skullduggery. Right? They want to do this skullduggery. That is why. Puckatory. War after war after war after war after war. Problem after problem after problem since August 2nd, 2020. So the road to Conway, road to Slow, and the others, suspending them from the Police Service Commission. Why? Because you got to overthrow them. These people that love democracy, transparency, and accountability, to install your own people. That's what's happening, guys. That is what is happening. Right? That being said, you remember from the magistrates court when Annette Ferguson won the libel suit against Jagdeo, they took it to the High Court. Well, the High Court has sided with Annette Ferguson, Member of Parliament Annette Ferguson. The High Court has sided with Annette Ferguson in the libel court. Right? They have asked the attorneys to meet and to come up with a cost. She was awarded, I think, $25 million or $20 million at the magistrate level. And so the judges asked them to look at it and see if they have another cost in mind. Now, they're saying that they're appealing. They're appealing. Right? But when APNU AFC appeal, no. We fraudulent, we like the law, we like the court, we like the judge. Right? So he's appealing because they must talk. Right? They must talk and you must listen. When they slander you, you mustn't do nothing. When you slander them, they got you up a court step. Right? When you talk about them, emotional distress, they got you up a court step, charges. But they must wrong talk and you must just do nothing. So the magistrates court and the High Court has said Annette Ferguson is in the right. What he said was wrong. He should not have said what he said. Now he's going to the Court of Appeal. Right? He's going to the Court of Appeal. But Annette, we are standing with you. You got to fight them. Fight them judicially. Fight them in the parliament. You got to fight these guys because that's what they understand. And so that court, that case now, if they go through it, is heading to the Court of Appeal. And they don't know if he lose there, he go in CCJ. But you mustn't go. You must not go. Right? They must do all this skullduggery. But you mustn't go. They got a problem with that. You must not go. You mustn't go. So guys, we are watching. We are watching. Right? We are watching in this country of ours. We're watching Renetta. Isaacs, we watching. And we hope you are watching. Robin Pang, I hope you're watching. Or rest you gonna be left be hang. Robin. Gladstone Matthews, hope you're watching. Andrew and Alison Richards, hope you are watching. Hope you are watching. You gotta watch these fellas and fight them. Fight the corruption, fight the darkness that they have brought over this country since August 2nd. The darkness, well, since March 2nd. But since August 2nd is more darkness. Look madness here now. Look madness. So the police force, the joint services coordinating council issued a statement today. Right? Now they passed their budget for a extra military body to be set up. Because perhaps, though they're controlling the police force, they ain't getting to do all that they want to do. Perhaps, even though they're controlling the army, they ain't getting to do everything they want to do. So they're coming now with an extra military, an extra policing body. Right? So they passed in the National Assembly 250 million plus to set up that body. So today, because you understand when you hear these extra military and extra police, you start thinking black clothes right away. They get vexed. Remember, I tell you, it's only they must talk. It's only Jagdeo must talk. It's only Anil must talk. It's only the IFLAT graduate must talk. Nobody else mustn't talk. When you talk, they want to jail you, they want to charge you. But when they talk, you must just sit down and listen. So people have said that this extra military, extra police body that they can set up now is reminiscent of the black laws. Listen to the statement out of the Joint Services. Listen to it. The Joint Services Coordinating Council is cautioning citizens against reckless and irresponsible social commentary, which could have a damaging effect on society. These guys went sleeping during the election. These guys are sleeping when the PPP trenches, they're talking all the nonsense on these chats. But soon you talk about black clothes and extra military body, suddenly the Joint Services Coordinating Council wake up. And this first paragraph read, they are cautioning citizens against reckless and irresponsible social commentary. And there's a police state now. This is King Jong Irfan. King Jong Irfan. Because they are cautioning citizens against reckless and irresponsible. Reckless according to who? Irresponsible according to who? When Jagdeo is making a statement that caused the magistrates court award Annette in the libel suit and the High Court, where was the Joint Services talking about reckless and irresponsible social commentary, which could have a damaging effect on society? The statement goes on to read, in particular, the Joint Services Council said the allegation that a senior officer of the Ghana Defense Force is to head a killing squad is outrageous. It is outrageous. Folks, a lot of things used to be outrageous. A lot of things used to be outrageous, right? I couldn't get it in time for the program this evening, but we know that, for instance, Roger Khan had meetings with the Ghana Defense Force when Roger Khan reigned supreme in this country, right? And headed his own outfit, extra military, extra police outfit, used to meet with the military, and the military admitted that. I have the newspaper clippings concerning that. So what are they telling us about? It is outrageous. It is outrageous. Let's launch a COI into the Fraser, policeman Fraser era. I want Roger can keep talking, because they'll find the man who, or the people, the intellectual authors that kill his friend there in Main Street. I want Roger to keep talking. So when the police, when the Joint Services now come out to say it is outrageous, the word PPP alone is outrageous. Nothing under their installed regime is outrageous. Outrageous? They just wake up. Right? The Joint Services Coordinating Council just wake up. Right? Buying vaccines from shady people at twice the market value on Guyanese people back, building y'all mansions and y'all fortunes and flying around in rented jets that the Guyanese taxpayers got paid for, that's outrageous. That is outrageous. You can't talk, but the fraudulent she could come and talk all the nonsense. The fraudulent she could come and talk all the nonsense, but you mustn't talk in your own country. Pull wool over we eye and gone with we millions of US dollars. Millions of US dollars. Pay whatever kickback he gotta pay, he gone. And then we here in the mess. And then the Joint Services Coordinating Council come and say, oh, this is outrageous. Cautioning citizens against reckless and irresponsible social commentary. Y'all ever see madness like this? Folks, gets worse. You think this statement here is madness? It gets worse. Right? Look what is outrageous. Let me show the Joint Services Coordinating Council what is outrageous. Stare at me, folks. I invite you guys. You're joining us via Twitter, retweet. We're happy to have you. You're joining us via Facebook, share. Don't only come and consume the content and you're gone. Share the live stream. You're joining us on YouTube, give us a retweet. Give us a subscribe to us on YouTube. Right? So if the Joint Services Coordinating Council wants to see outrageous, folks, take a look at this. Because the witch hunting continues. Let me show the Joint Services Coordinating Council outrageous. Right? Let me show the Joint Services Coordinating Council reckless. Let me show the Joint Services Coordinating Council irresponsible. Right? Let me show them irresponsible. Right? Because the witch hunting of the PPP administration, the installed fraudulent regime continues. Look outrageous, folks. I want to bring this up for you guys. Let me see if I can do that. Look outrageous. Right? This is a nurse. Right? This is a nurse, a staff nurse, who is working for a basic salary of 94,000 Ghana dollars, 94,579. There's a meal allowance of 8,000, and there's a station allowance of 10,000. A station allowance of $10,000, right? That is the salary when the month comes, right? So there's a gross of 112,000 based on the deductions and so forth, right? Now, look at this. You all see that top right hand side underlined there? Top right hand. Let's underline that bright color. Huh? They have deducted $93,218 from the staff nurse salary because the staff nurse protested. Y'all remember the lewd CEO? Small? Rudy Small? Yeah. The staff nurse only crime is protesting for her rights. Protesting for her rights and that of her colleagues. Right? That they were not settling for Rudy Small, saying the gun and sleep by the sweet man. Right? And so they have deducted from this staff nurse salary, one of many, very small legal salary, 93,218. And with the other deductions, this staff nurse is taking home 130 Ghana dollars. Right? So if you want to see outrageous, irresponsible, and reckless, this is in COVID, you know. You're going to make this deduction from this person's salary. Right? A staff nurse can be a woman or a man. So I want to say this woman's salary, this person's salary. All because you choose to protest for your rights. And so you're sending the staff nurse home with $130, not thousand, $130. So if y'all want to see outrageous, look outrageous watching y'all here. $130 right? As we used to say, a blue note. One blue note and $30. $130 they're sending the staff nurse home with. Right? So the GP, the JCS, the JSCC, the Joint Services Coordinating Council, that is what outrageous looks like, in case y'all have forgotten. In case y'all have forgotten what outrageous looks like, that is what outrageous looks like. Right? $130 they're sending that person home with. Right? While that is why Linden and other places are flooding. $130,000. $130 they're saying that staff nurse home. While Kokwani and parts of Linden and COVID and all of that, $130. That is outrageous. So the flooding has continued, folks. The flooding has continued. And today it was Georgetown's turn with the flooding. Today was Georgetown's turn with the flooding. The flooding continues. Right? And I want to show you some of that. And some of the mishaps that were happening because of that. Right? Some people were skiing through. I think this is one of the persons that missing from the psychiatric hospital there in Barbados. Skiing through. Who no? Stay woke, people, or you're gonna be left behind. You're gonna be left behind. Who no. Right? So this is some of what has been transpiring. I want to show you some of what that flood looks like. Let me see if I can cue that up for you. Right? Stay with us, folks. Share the live stream, and you guys know we give it to you raw. We don't sugarcoat here. If you want sugarcoating, check somebody else. We don't sugarcoat here. Right? We do not sugarcoat here at all, folks. This is some of what transpired today.
What are you eating there, boy? Where's the scunt is this? What's good, you know? Overboard. They had a nice bad boy. Overboard. We had a real nice.
Well, even wasn't any fucking truck.
Like you in the old too. What are you eating there, boy? Where's the scunt is this? What's good, you know? Overboard. They had a nice bad boy. Overboard. We had a real nice.
Well, even wasn't any fucking truck.
Like you in the old too.
So that was part of the action. That was part of the action in Georgetown during the course of the day. And of course, guys, you got to be safe. I told you guys, it's one Puckatory to the next. Since these guys come in, it's one Puckatory to the next. And as we come down to program time, as we look to program time, folks, the Georgetown was so flooded, even the court had to abandon the session today. The deeds registry, right, was closed today due to flooding. Heavy rainfall. The deed registry was closed today. And just to give you some of what has been happening nationally, we know that Region 8, the roads there are badly damaged by flooding. Puckatory, one mess after the next. One mess after the next. Region 8, badly damaged by flooding. Region 10, 6. All of the regions. Some are now coming out of it, but some are still very, very badly affected. Very, very badly affected, folks. Puckatory, right? The cross. Them cross. It's cross. Them is cross. Right? You got Jagdeo them. You got Cholil holy water. For wash off some of the confusion powder. You got carried into church Thursday or Wednesday and let it cast out the spirits and the demons. Right? You need a thanksgiving for this administration. The crass. Right? More people succumb to COVID. We got some information that suggests they're now asking head teachers and teachers, mandating them. And on one side of the mouth, they're saying they're not forcing people to get vaccinated. But then they're sending around all kinds of text messages saying, y'all better get your injection because y'all won't be allowed back at school. We got some information that suggests also that soldiers, let's talk about outrageous, the Joint Service Coordinating Council, right, were told that they must be vaccinated or they're not going to receive any Father's Day present or incentive. If we talk about outrageous, right? And then we learned that the gentleman who led the COVID task force in Region 10, who used to lead that task force, he was also the subject of witch hunting since his administration came in. He is now housed at the ICU there in Liliendal, the COVID ICU. Right? This is Dr. Michael Marks, and our thoughts go out to him and his family, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Right? So it's more COVID and more water. Folks, there was another death today from COVID-19. There are now 128 new infections. Right? That's where we are. We encourage you guys to continue to social distance, continue to wear your mask, continue to sanitize. Right? Continue to sanitize. Let me show you what we're dealing with. Just before we go, let me show you where we are. Just before we go. Right? One member of parliament said the wicked. One member of the administration, he said in parliament recently, I wicked. That's what she said. She said, I wicked. And I want to show you that before we go. I wicked.
Mr. Speaker,
right?
What is the crux of this issue?
Is that
our friends on the other side have tried to say that
serious
this is
time prayers. Hold on for me. Let me give you from the top. You say, I wicked. I want you to know I wicked. You don't understand what happened in this country. And why we now have this Puckatory. Why we in all this Puckatory.
Mr. Speaker, what is the crux of this issue? Is that our friends on the other side have tried to say that this is a matter, as someone said, I'm wicked. Well, I am wicked, so call me wicked all you want. I am wicked. I am wicked. So go ahead, Mr. Duncan, have your fun. Mr. Speaker, What is the crux of this issue?
You heard it there. I am wicked. I am wicked. These are the people that needed Jerry. These are the people that need the holy water. Right? You gotta get thanksgiving people like this. There's a strong man, you know. I need the force of the Almighty to drive them out. Folks, continue to social distance, continue to wear your mask, continue to sanitize. Serious times, and look out for each other. Do stay safe. Thanks for joining us this evening. See you guys tomorrow.